there, my name is Chantelle. I'm going to be taking part in my first official art challenge of the year. I know that I want to do mermaid, so I thought I can't really do one in April, so I looked into March. We're doing March of Robots. So different to anything that I've done before. I got this little sketchbook from Royal Talents. It's the art creation one, and it's like really small, but it's really cute. It's a square. I've seen loads of people have these sketchbooks, but I've never really seen the square ones. Obviously, the goal with any art challenge is to complete it within a month, but I'm going to be a little bit more ambitious than that. I want to start a little bit earlier and try and do multiple in a day, so we'll see how that one goes. I'm going to be filming every single prompt, and at the end of every week you'll be able to see what I got up to. It's so out of my comfort zone, but I'm hoping it's going to be really fun. So let's get started. Just like I did for Inktober, I decided to do a nice little title page and prompt list. I think it's a really good introduction to an art challenge, and also this sketchbook has like 80 sheets or something, which I'm not going to use up. Honestly, I don't know when I'm going to finish this sketchbook. It's a really big sketchbook, so I didn't need to be precious over the pages, so I thought I would just fill them up. I spent about a week planning this art challenge. On the left side, I did some rough sketches to decide what I wanted to do, and then I had the sketch ready in pencil pen on the right side. So when it came to my actual painting days, they were pretty much ready to go, and I could do each of the pieces within an hour really, which I do like. I really enjoyed it. The first prompt is heart, and I thought of the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz, so I decided to do my own kind of adaptation of that, and I used watercolour for this piece. The second prompt is connect, and honestly this one really stumped me. I did all of my sketches and planning, and there were a few that I just could not think of ideas for, and I left them for a little while, and this one was one of them. I came back to it on a different day and I still couldn't come up with anything, so I asked my partner and he came up with a postman. So I really like that idea. I think it's so cute. I made it kind of like a round robot because I wanted it to be really kind of cute, personified. And I think this one's quite an interesting look, but I don't know, it's so different to anything I've done before, and I also used some colour pencils. I thought of the idea for Lost pretty much instantly. It was the first idea I came up with out of all of the prompts, and I just saw the word and I was like, you know what? I want to draw an explorer. My first thought was doing something like kind of Dora the Explorer, somebody that obviously looks lost and is probably holding a map. And I thought that's a little bit too on the nose. I just wanted to do a cool kind of cowboy explorer robot. So that's what I went with. I managed to get 3 prompts done for the first day, so going into the second day, I wanted to start a little bit earlier and try and get all 4 done. I was only spending like an hour on each of the pieces really, so that wasn't too crazy. But because of the way that I'm currently recording and it's winter, I really wanted to get everything done whilst the lighting was still good. The prompt for day 4 was actually key, and I think there were loads of different routes that I could have gone with this one, but eventually decided upon like a wind-up toy. I just thought that was a really cute idea, and whilst it doesn't exactly look like a robot, I mean technically it kind of is. I wanted to make the toy look like a really adorable teddy bear, and that was so fun. It's nothing like I've ever done before. I actually used colour pencils for this one as well, and I really like how it turned out. I used far more colour pencils than I've ever done before, but I really like this one. The 5th prompt is beacon, and honestly I don't know if I really did this one justice. I had the idea just as soon as I saw it really. As soon as I saw the prompt, I knew I wanted to do a lighthouse that was more like an animated robot. It was a lighthouse and the eye was where the light was coming from. It was quite a simple idea, and I think the problem that I took with this one is I wanted it to look more like a natural lighthouse and a bit more like you have to use your imagination to see. how it becomes a robot. So I actually ended up doing kind of rocks next to the lighthouse, but they are supposed to be feet, but I made them look a bit more like rocks. And I decided to not make the lighthouse look super animated, so this one is very subtle, but I do like the concept, and I definitely could have made it look more like a robot, but I decided to use this as a little bit of landscape practice. The sixth prompt is shadow, and I decided to use indie ink for this one. I thought it would work really well, just being completely black and white with greys in the middle, and honestly, I was so nervous about this one. I've not used indie ink since Inktober, which was so long ago, and also this paper isn't great quality, so the thing that I was most scared of is that the ink would dry as I was going and then look really patchy, which is kind of what I had in the Yahoo sketchbook that I used for Inktober. But for this one, because I was so conscious of that fact, it actually didn't go too bad because I literally just did not give it time to dry. I was working as fast as I possibly could. The main thing I did for this one that was different, and it was something that I learned from Inktober, was planning ahead on which sections were going to be white, black, light grey and dark grey. It was a 4-tone kind of piece, and I think it worked a lot better than a lot of my Inktober pieces, just that thinking ahead, which is something that I learned from that last challenge. The final prompt of the first week is moon, and I decided to go for an astronaut but make it a little bit kooky. I kind of made it look a little bit like a frog, so it's kind of a frog astronaut robot. Using mixed media more is one of the goals I set myself at the start of the year, so I decided to reach for my glittery gel pens. It's something that I never would normally do and it's kind of crazy, but I think it worked really well in this instance. I definitely want to use mixed media more, and I think I've done quite well so far using colour pencils and fineliners, so definitely want to keep that up. That's the first week of March of Robots prompts all done. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I would love to know down below what your favourite one is. My favourite so far is Moon. 100% Moon. I absolutely love it. It took a little bit longer than the others. It took over an hour, but I really love how it turned out. I'm aiming to complete the art challenge in less than a month, but I will be filming everything and posting a week's worth at a time, so if you don't want to miss that, then make sure to subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you there. Bye bye.